All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a strategy for restoration professionals that completely flips the script on business development. This isn't about just asking for more work, it's all about creating a system where the best work comes looking for you.
So, sound familiar? You're always on the chase, right? Always the one reaching out, asking for the next assignment. It's a frustrating grind. But what if you could just flip that whole thing on its head? Okay, so this really says it all, doesn't it? We're going to flip that script. Instead of asking for work, we're going to start giving them work. And that one little mental shift, that's the key that unlocks a ridiculously powerful new kind of partnership. Let's break down why the old way is holding you back. So, first things first, let's talk about why the old way is just so broken. See, it puts you in this relationship dynamic that has this built-in ceiling, and it's a ceiling you're never going to break through by just asking louder. And here's the real problem with that. When you're doing things the old way, you're just a vendor. That's it. You're basically sitting there waiting for the phone to ring, just hoping an IA throws a claim your way. This creates this huge dependency, you know? It puts a hard cap on your growth and leaves the IA completely in the driver's seat. Okay, so if that's the broken model, what's the fix? This is where we get to the good stuff. We're going to introduce a totally new framework that just shatters that old way of thinking. It's all about moving from a simple vendor to a true strategic partner. We call this the IA placement strategy. And the idea behind it is, well, it's pretty simple, but honestly, it's profound. Instead of you asking the IA for their claims, you use your network, your clients, your partners to get the IA brand new accounts. You are literally bringing them business on a silver platter. This right here, this really hammers the point home. Think about it. You're not just another restoration company in their phone. You become a genuine growth engine for their business. And the loyalty you get from that, it's absolute. Okay, so let's dig into the psychology a bit, because to really make this work, you have to get why this is an absolute game changer from the independent adjuster's point of view. So, you gotta ask, why is this so valuable to an IA? I mean, why would they jump at this chance? Well, think about it. Most IAs are stuck in that same reactive mode, just waiting for a carrier to send them a job. What you're offering them is a way out of that hamster wheel. It really breaks down into 3 huge wins for the IA. First, and this is a big one, you're giving them a predictable workflow. Placing them with a huge property management firm isn't a one-time job. It's basically an annuity for their business. Second, you're giving them insane leverage, because when they're insured requested, the carrier is way more likely to say yes. And finally, you're helping them completely sidestep their competition. For your clients, they become the only choice. All right, so where do these opportunities actually come from? The great news is, you're already sitting on the fuel for this strategy. Your existing relationships, that's the currency you're going to use to build this new alliance. You just got to know where to look. So here it is, your placement portfolio. Think about your property management clients, your trade partners, the roofers, plumbers, GCs. But the number one asset, the real golden ticket here, it's your insurance agent and broker partners. They are the absolute key to unlocking those high-value commercial accounts.
And the pitch to these guys is so simple, because you're not asking for a handout. You're giving them a way to look like a total hero to their clients. You're helping them offer this concierge experience by building a pre-vetted, super smooth claims process. And what do you know? You just happen to have the perfect IA partner to pull it all off.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually do this? This might sound like a big, high-level strategy, but the action plan is actually really straightforward. It all comes down to 3 clear steps. So here's the framework. Step 1, we call it the interview. This is where you find and really vet the right IA partner for this whole program. Step 2, the action plan. You're going to sit down with that IA and map out a top 10 target list right from your network. And finally, step 3 is the placement. That's where you make the introduction and bring it all home. And that first meeting, you have to open it with power. This script right here completely repositions you from the get-go. You're not calling to ask for work. No way. You're building something strategic, something big, and you're interviewing them for one exclusive spot. See how that changes the whole power dynamic from the very first sentence? Then, when you get to that actual placement meeting, how you frame it is everything. You walk in and introduce the IA as your exclusive partner. You're presenting this unified front, a complete solution that's designed to make the broker or the client win. It's just an irresistible offer. So what's the big payoff here?
What do you get for shifting your whole approach like this? Because it's about way more than just getting a few more claims. The payoff is a complete transformation of the relationship. It's not a one-way street anymore. It's a two-way alliance. You've earned your seat at the table, not as just some vendor they call once in a while, but as their most valuable, can't live without you business partner. And this is what that looks like. 100% loyalty earned. When you give that much value up front, when you are actively building their business, guess what happens? Every single claim that crosses their desk, even the ones you had nothing to do with, they're going to come straight to you. I mean, why would they ever send it anywhere else? And that brings us to the last and maybe most important question. Look, this isn't just some theory, right? It's a real actionable plan. So as we wrap this up, I want you to think about your network right now. Who is it? Who is that one elite IA you need to call up and interview this week to start building this true alliance?